if you're looking for an incredible investment opportunity in the Denver metro area, you're going to want to listen up. I'm standing here in front of a duplex right next to a fiveplex that are being sold either together or separately from each other. There's incredible cap rate numbers, especially if you go Section 8. There is great house hacking numbers if you want to buy only the duplex, and there's a development play opportunity because these units are right next to each other. So check out all this information about both of these units and then reach out with any questions that you have.
So let's take a look at the numbers here, and I'm going to throw up some images of the units as I kind of go through this. They're tenant occupied, so we didn't want to be too much of a disturbance doing your typical listing video going through the property. This is all about the numbers, right? Now, on the duplex, we're going to start there. If you want to see the fiveplex numbers, you can just fast forward. But basically, on the duplex, what we have here, and of course, if you've got questions, just reach out, give me a call, shoot me a text message. What I have here is a rough breakdown for the cap rate, okay? And here are the assumptions. At a 480 purchase price, this is two bedroom, one bath units on 1408 Lima Street. Now, they did make some configurations to make it work for their lifestyle over the years. And so you would have to do some reconfiguring to get it back to, two bedroom, one bath units. You could make one of them into a 3-bed, depends on just how you want to shake things out. But there's several opportunity plays here, okay? But assuming 480 purchase price with 25% down, I believe I put in. So 144 down, some loan cost, acquisition costs, total cash investment, about 152 on the rehab. Let's say you put in 20 grand. Most things need 20 grand worth of work. There could be a little bit more there, depending on if you're going to swing the hammer or hire it out. And then what I put for the annual rental income, again, depends on if you want to go Section 8 or not. Section 8 right now in Aurora, this is from the city of Aurora, the Housing Authority, 2 bedrooms right down here, getting $2,200 a month, and that's going to be obviously on the high side. You're going to have to do some work to get there. The ones that we have doing well are with, the LVP flooring, white cabinets, quartz granite countertops, but at $2,200 a month, and this is going to be, of course, with you paying most utilities. That's what I kind of spec'd in here. You're looking at an annual rental income for both sides of $52,800. So that's $4,400 a month for both sides, minus 5% vacancy. Okay. And then real estate taxes, about $2,000 a year. Property insurance, I put in about $2,800 a year. It's been real hit or miss the last 12 to 24 months as to whether we're getting hit with, something like $200 to $300 a month or $400 to $500 a month, depending on the pathway of the storms and hail damage that they've been going through. Repairs and maintenance, $1,500 a year. Utilities, I did put in $4,700, making the assumption if you are going Section 8. So total annual expenses gives you an NOI, net operating income of $39,000. Minus the mortgage payments, puts your cash flow at just under $12,000 a year. Okay. So your cash on cash sitting at 7.7%, which is pretty solid. You make your own assumptions. Maybe you think you'll get $2,000 a unit, still do your thing. It's still cash flowing decently, which puts it at an 8% cap rate on the purchase price of $480,000. Okay. So that's for the duplex. Now, what's interesting here is that there's the fiveplex right next door with an alley kind of separating the two. Now, the homeowner has stated he has talked with the city in the past. He's been at this property for about 40 years approximately, so most of his adult life. And he has said, hey, the city is willing to work with somebody and to kind of rezone these two properties next to each other, which currently the duplex, I think, is just under 8,000 square feet lot size. The fiveplex next door here that we're going to talk about in a second is right around 9,000 square feet. Plus that alley space would make you significantly larger, 17,000, 18,000 square feet combined for the dual lots, plus working with the city to take over that alley. Alley is a very short stretch. It's not actually necessary, which is why the city of Aurora has said in the past that they'd be willing to work with somebody, but do your own due diligence. How many units you can build, I don't know, but there are a lot of apartment buildings around the neighborhood. So now the fiveplex next door has 4 one-bedroom units, okay, and they kind of mirror each other. And I've got the floor plan right here for you to take a look at. Very simple, 1-bedroom, 1-bath units. And then you've got the end unit, which is actually a 2-bedroom, but there's a basement under the last unit. So you can actually convert that either into a 4-bedroom fairly easily, a couple of egress windows down there and just a general remodel of the basement, or you can actually make a 6th unit because it already has its own entrance, right? So you could have essentially a 6-plex with 4 1-bedroom units and 2 2-bedroom units. Okay. So that's the value add play here on this 5-plex, and the numbers are pretty stout. So I know it's going to be commercial lending and that's going to be a little bit higher, but the 1-bedrooms, Section 8 right now, City of Aurora, are pulling in $1,835 a month, right? And that's going to be on the high end, of course, paying all your utilities with a Section 8 voucher. 2 bedrooms getting $2,200 a month. So what I did to run a cap rate projection is I converted that last unit into a 4-bedroom. I think that's your path of least resistance and your most inexpensive rehab to add value to it. I do think you will make more by making it into its own unit as well, but that involves adding a kitchen down there, which adds a whole nother level of complexity to it. So forget that. Add a couple of egresses, put some different walls down there. It's already plumbed out for a bathroom in the basement. So you could have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom in the basement. It's about 900 square feet down there. Again, I will have the floor plans in the description below and all the property details that you can check out. But at $1 million purchase price for the 5-plex with 30% down, about 11 grand in acquisition costs, just general loan fees, things like that, minus 5% vacancy, putting in a total of $10,565 per month. That is with 4 1-bedrooms and 1 4-bedroom. Okay. Taxes on the property, $4,000 a year. Property insurance at $3,600 a year. That might be a tick higher. Repairs and maintenance about $3,000 a year. Utilities, $11,760. So again, for Section 8, I just put it in, the owner paying all utilities. I did not put property management in there. It just depends on your situation, and property management fees can vary greatly, anywhere from 7 to 10% usually. So put in your number there. But without that, basically brings you a net operating income of $98,000. Okay. The annual cash flow before taxes is just over $40,000. Okay, making it a 13% cash on cash and a 9.7% cap rate. That's about as good as you see. And being that you have both of these properties next to each other, it does make for a good opportunity for future development, value add sort of plays. So in this description below, I'm going to have all the details, of course. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Address is, again, 1408 Lima Street on 1440 Lima Street in Aurora, just south of Colfax a little bit, but real close to the Denver border. $480 for the duplex, so that's $240 per unit, right, per door, for the 2-bedroom, 1-baths, and then $1 million for the 5-plex. So that breaks down to a little bit below $200,000 per 1-bedroom, and then somewhere around that 250 mark for the 2-bedroom unit, with the option to add more bedrooms into the basement below that 2-bedroom unit. So if you got any questions, feel free to reach out. 303-552-4804. Again, link is in the description with all the details. If you want to see the latest market update and what the numbers are actually doing, since this election and since interest rates dropped and then have gone back up, just check out this video. It's my latest monthly update. And again, if you need anything, feel free, reach out.